Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here, and I know I'm a geek because I've just asked my boss if I can book the E3 week off. Welcome to the Friday Night Rant. So yeah, I just saw that E3 obviously coming up, looked at the dates and I thought, you know what, I've got nothing planned this year, so I might as well waste some holidays and book the E3 week off so I can just sit and watch and talk about it. So, let's crack on. First of all, happy Friday night. Everybody's probably finishing work. I am just starting work, so I've got another 4 days left of work, so yes, hope you're enjoying your weekend off while some of us work. Right, what we've got this week is Crabbies, ginger, again, I'm sorry, but this is the last of the ginger crabby related stuff. But we've got green ginger mac, which is a whiskey ginger flavoury thing. I've already tasted it because it's leftovers from Christmas, so I won't pretend it's new. Well, that's a new taste, I've never had that before, yum yum. But no, it's good stuff, but I will start with the ginger. So, let's crack on straight away. So first thing then, this isn't actually 100% yet, but the rumours are starting that Microsoft's been hacked. Now these rumours started churning out about a month, 2 months ago, but when they did, they started coming from the Sun newspaper. Now for anybody overseas, the Sun newspaper is just something you wouldn't trust. And the thing is, all the different companies never stuck their neck out and said, yes, it's been hacked. They all said, the Sun said it's been hacked. So everyone just said, yeah, the Sun have said this, and nothing legit came up. A few FIFA 12 players was actually saying, I've been hacked, I've lost some Microsoft points, people have been purchasing Microsoft points from my account, and Microsoft just simply responded saying, it sounds like it's a phishing attempt, or you've just fell for a trick, you know what I mean, someone's emailed you, you fell for it, you gave them your details and they've got in, so we've not been hacked, you've just gave your password out, you idiots. And that's kind of where it's finished, and to tell the truth, I believe Microsoft, because people are very stupid, some people are naive and they will give the passwords out in exchange for something free, so I just assumed it was that, and it kind of died down. Until like this week, apparently there was a user, she went on, she noticed that her account had purchased a Family Gold account. Now with a Family Gold account, it will allow you to buy Microsoft points and send it to other people. So obviously if you've got a family and they've all got different accounts, you can buy the points and send them out to your kids so they don't actually have access to credit card details. So obviously account got upgraded straight away, which she thought was quite weird, and then Microsoft points was being purchased and sent. The first thing she did is phone up Microsoft and says, look, it looks like I've been hacked of some sort, can you please look into it? Apart from being passed from pillar to post, Microsoft then turned around and says, right, we'll froze your account, job's good, and we'll investigate it for you, we'll get back to you. But they never actually locked it out. What they said is, you won't be able to sign in, you won't be able to use any features while we investigate. But then she tried to sign in and it allowed her to get in. So she did a bit of investigating herself and found out where her Microsoft points had been sent to. So she messaged the user and simply says, I can't remember actually what the wording was, but she questioned him and says, how did you get this account? How did you get these points? And he said it was from a website, which is the equivalent of a Polish version of eBay. And on there, they actually sell accounts, Xbox Live accounts, preloaded with Microsoft points. So obviously, it's dodgy. And the way it works is exactly what this woman fell into. People you get your account, send Microsoft points to another account, then they sell them off. So with that, obviously, she's gone back to Microsoft and spoke about it. And the thing is, this woman sounds like she's obviously got a degree of intelligence about her because she's investigated it slightly. And I would assume this woman wouldn't fall for a basic phishing attempt. And the thing is, it's actually outside of the FIFA area, so it's not just the same old thing that's happening. So the thing is now, is there actually a issue with Xbox Live? Now, Microsoft's not actually come back yet and actually said anything official, so it's up in the air. If it is, it sounds like the hackers have obviously been doing so little amount of people, it's not actually really been picked up on Microsoft's radar and they've just gone, yeah, suspicion attack, which is very clever, the hackers, you know what I mean? Don't go and rob everybody, just rob a few people every so often and people won't notice. But the good thing is now this woman's story's got out, hopefully it's going to get everybody all questioning Microsoft and they're going to actually look into it. So there is a chance that somehow somebody's getting in via getting a username and password, logging in and purchasing details. Or you are being stupid and giving your password out, so we don't know yet, but it does sound like there's a nugget of truth in that. Right, so going from one hacking to another hacking. So Sony being hacked again. No, it's not as bad as that. Anonymous, can never say it. and on of gearing up again, and they said, right, we're going to take you down again, Sony. We don't know 100% it was them who took it down last time, because there's obviously people could just claim these things, but yeah, they're gearing up to say they're going to bring down the network again. They never said it was actually aimed at PlayStation 3, they just said the Sony network, which you would guess is probably the actual PlayStation network. And the reason for this is they're saying that Sony is supporting SOPA, which is the Stop Online Piracy Act, I think then. So, Stop Online Piracy Act. And Sony signed up for it, Nintendo signed up for it, EA signed up for it, practically everyone signed up to say yes, they want this bill to pass. The only people who haven't is actually Microsoft, which is quite weird. But nonetheless, obviously, they've turned around and said to Sony, right, if you sign up for this, we're going to go straight for your network. And strangely enough, Sony's backed away and they're no longer on the actual list for SOPA supporters. Two of the other Sony companies are, so I think they're music side, but the actual Sony PlayStation side is no longer a supporter. But it's clever to actually show that people do have this power, because last month, I think it was Lolcat, a group by the name of Lolcat, says to GoDaddy, we can see that you're a supporter of SOPA, so if you don't take your name off the register, we'll all walk out. And everyone backed down, they didn't purchase anything for the day, and quickly enough, GoDaddy says, right, we're no longer a SOPA supporter. So obviously, Anon's done the same to Sony, now Sony's disappeared, and funnily enough, EA has now come off the list and Nintendo's come off the list as well. So it looks like names are dropping off that list, which is brilliant. And for anyone really who don't know what it is, I actually just thought the idea was to stop online piracy. And I was like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Torrents and all that lot, damaging the actual developers. I can agree, yeah, we should stop piracy, but that's not how far they're going. They want to actually be able to go in, and if you're using anything gaming related from somebody, so for instance, I am a part of Gaming Unity, if I wrote an article slating a particular game and I use some game images, they would have the right to say, that's our game images, so therefore we are going to tell your advertising company no longer to advertise with you, and we're going to tell PayPal they're not allowed to work with you neither, so they can actually cut off the money revenue to a website. And if I was actually paying writers to actually write for my site and I lost my revenue, then I wouldn't be able to pay for the writers, so therefore they would be out of a job, I would lose the website, and it just means that by SOPA passing, so many jobs are going to be lost. So it's not just a case of saying stop piracy, it's actually saying we want to control the internet. So, right, Friday Night Rant, taking a rant, we are. In fact, I'm not even going to go into it. Alright, we've got a flash new intro. Let's do it. That's right, EA now has its own intro because I love them so much. And that was supposed to be an angry face, I don't know if that turned out quite well. But anyway, yes, EA has just become a part of the Friday Night Rant now, so it's got its own section. So I brought this week simply because I like to play kart games. I've heard this is an amazing kart game. So both myself and my friend James purchased it, we both jumped online together and we couldn't connect because EA have actually turned off the servers for this game. Now, I can completely understand, after a bit, so many players don't actually go on servers, so they no longer support them, and they start to shut down servers. Now, I can kind of agree, obviously, they don't want to power servers if no one's connecting to them. But the thing is, like, what annoys me is it says here, Xbox Live, and when you read the back, it says you can play co-op. It doesn't say why stocks last, it doesn't say why we're fancy supporting the servers, it simply says, you can play co-op by purchasing this game. So, what my real thing is, my question is more than anything, is fair enough, I've just purchased this game, if I don't want it I can just take it back now, that's okay. But EA have started to push this online pass out, so my question is really, with this online pass, if I, for instance, brought, I don't know, Skate 3 second hand, I'd have to purchase an online pass to get online. So once I've purchased that, how long will they support that server for? Could it be a year down the line and they say not many people are playing Skate 3 now, so we shut it down? So does that mean you actually pay for a pass that will expire? And that's not actually in any of the small print. They don't actually turn around and say, wow, we can be asked to support it. So it's just annoyed me that they've done that. And I found a massive list actually of all the servers that have just shut down. So I'll probably put that in the description below, and you can see everything that's actually just been shut down. And the thing is, it's not obviously just EA that does it, everyone does it, but it's obviously EA that annoyed me, so I chucked it in there. So the other thing, again, everyone does it, but it was EA who did it this week, and it's really angered me again. Mass Effect 3, it's on its way out. Obviously EA, rubbing their hands, they've got their fingers in that bloody pie. What they're saying now is if you pre-order the game from GameStop in America, you will actually get some special weapons. Or if you order it from Amazon.ca, so Canada, then you'll get some other weapons. Well, I'm in England. How do I get these special weapons? Because the thing is, if it's just a normal game, I'll probably let it pass. But I'm a Mass Effect fan. I collect Mass Effect stuff. I want to own everything Mass Effect. So by them doing these stupid things, saying, oh, that's for them in America, how do I get hold of those weapons? And it's really annoyed me. It's just, I hate companies that turn around and say, if you pre-order this now, you get a gun. No. Fair enough, have your game, and fair enough, have your collector's edition for the people who really want to collect it or they're really passionate about that game. But I'm just sick of companies just giving carrot on a stick saying, order now, quick, and you'll get a little gun. And it's just, it shouldn't be done. All the guns should be in that one game and we should unlock it all together. It shouldn't be, you're allowed to unlock it because you've pre-ordered it. You're allowed to unlock it because you went to that shop last Wednesday. It's not right, and I just think they should just keep the guns in the game and keep the figures and the merch as the collector's edition stuff and don't merge them together. So the last thing of EA, which is good actually, it's kind of made me go, ha! And all it is every so often some clever clogs will actually turn around and say, right, we've created this game called Modern Warfare 3. Oh crap, but we forgot to order the domain name. And obviously some clever kid jumps in there, orders modernwarfare3.com, and then simply turns around and points it at Battlefield 3, which is what they did last year. And obviously it goes to court and eventually they have to hand over the domain. So every time this has ever come up in court, they've always won. The actual developers have always won and actually got the domain back. Now somebody has actually got the domain ssx.com, so EA turned around and says, no, we're bringing out a snowboarding game called SSX, that's ours. So they took them to court and lost. This is the first time I've ever heard of it, but EA actually lost, so they no longer got the domain ssx.com. There's been the rumour mill starting to churn, ready for E3, and what's been said. So first of all, obviously, the developers start to get the hardware and software first because they create the games for it. So they're doing that behind back doors and we can't see, and then eventually they'll come out and go, surprise, there's a new console and we made some games for it. But apparently a developer has actually leaked out, not only are they working for a game for the new Xbox 3, which is obvious, Xbox 3 is on the cards, we know that. They said they're also working on the game for the PlayStation 4. So what they've actually said is, when E3 comes round, we know Microsoft are going to be saying that the Xbox 3 is here. What they've said is the actual PlayStation 4 is also going to be announced at this E3. So it sounds like we're going to get loads of Wii U information, PlayStation 4 information, and also the Xbox 3. So it sounds like this E3 is going to be pretty jam-packed if that's true, and that's exactly why I booked it off. So with that being said, obviously I've started to think, what are these new consoles going to bring us apart from graphics? So this week I actually found out that Microsoft registered a patent long ago for the Xbox, and it was to turn the Xbox into a PVR. Now a few people think straight away it's just for recording Skype or TV or something like that, but obviously a PVR can be used to record your game graphics as well. That would be an awesome thing to actually bring to a console. Let us just instantly record game footage instead of having to attach machines and all cables and all that. Like, just be great to just sit there and go, oh, this kill's going to be great. Record, stab, and then we can upload it straight to YouTube. So this was registered ages ago because the idea was the 360 was going to be turned into a PVR, but obviously due to it's not got a massive hard drive space, some have but some don't, and there's no point rolling some up thin air and only half the people will support and some other people won't be able to use. So obviously Microsoft wind the neck in and gone, we'll save that. So it's not official that it's going to be for the Xbox 3, but if they've actually copyrighted it and it's there, the patent's ready, it sounds like that is going to be going into the new Xbox. And the last thing from the rumour mill is saying this has come from a person familiar with the matter. So that's as far as we know. It's not some grubby teenager or something like that. It's a person familiar with the matter. God knows who that is. But they've actually turned around and said apparently Nintendo are actually going to be releasing apps. Once they've got your little tablet to go with the Wii U, you're going to be getting apps for it so you can use it as a tablet. But they said they're actually going to be releasing a lot of non-gaming related apps. So I could only assume that's going to mean like your Facebook, your Twitter and your YouTube. Now at first I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool, we're going to be able to do all that. And now I'm getting scared again like I did with the Xbox, thinking they're spending so much time developing non-gaming stuff that time could be spent on making games better. And it just kind of upsets me that everything's starting to creep into our consoles now. It's a multi-machine, and I just want it to be a console machine. But to tell the truth, I'll probably grab all their tablet and I'll use it to quickly check Facebook and go, this is quite awesome. So don't know, take all that information as you will. Like I say, it's all probably rumours, but we're going to hear more of it coming to E3. So that is it, and I'm just going to leave us with the question of the week, and that's quite simple. What do you want to hear at this year's E3? So do you want to hear less Kinect stuff? Do you want to hear about a new awesome game series that's coming out? A secret console from Sega? Anything like that? So what would your ideal thing to hear at E3? So that's it. Sorry I'm rushing the very end, but I can see the time ticking away. It's going to end any second now. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers, guys. Bye.